So in this video, I want to go through some more examples of dividing with algebraic expressions. And you'll notice that in each of these cases, I've got a bracket around what I'm dividing by. Now, there's a reason for this. The reason is, so if we look at the first example, 3 divided by AB. This is a bit ambiguous if I write this. Does this mean 3 divided by all of AB? Or, because we understand that AB is A times B, does it mean this? And do we understand as to why those two things are different? Okay? If we think back to BidMaths, and we were looking at multiplications and divisions in a line, if you've just got multiplications and divisions like this, you work from left to right. The first thing that you do is 3 divided by A, which we understand is 3 over A. And then you're going to multiply it by B. Now 3 over A times B, what we've seen is that the B can be written as B over 1, which is 3b over a times 1. So 3 divided by ab could be understood to be 3b over a. When actually, when I put the bracket around the ab, what that forces is this to mean 3 over ab. So it's a way of forcing the issue in your notation to make sure that you're dividing by all of everything that's inside that bracket. Okay? And it avoids this confusion. So it's not that this is necessarily this, it's that it could be interpreted as such. And so that's where there is a problem. So we've got to be a little bit careful. So that's what this bracket is really there to do. So our second one here is x over PQ. And the number 3 is 4a over 5b. Now again, you might be wondering, well, why is there no bracket around the 4a? Well, if we look at this, we understand this to mean 4 times a divided by 5b. Okay, so if we understand the 4a is 4 times a, then what we could do is we could go, well, either I'm doing 4 times a divided by 5b, or I'm doing 4 times a divided by 5b. Okay? Now, when we do multiplication and divisions, again, we work from left to right. So the way that we could write that is 4 lots of a over 5b, which is the same as 4a over 5b. Okay? So it doesn't matter whether we've got the 4a in a bracket or not, okay? It really doesn't matter because 4 times a is the same as having 4a in the bracket in this scenario. So it really doesn't make any difference as having that 4a in a bracket. But what you're dividing by to make sure it all goes into the denominator, that's why we have the bracket there. It's quite subtle. It's quite subtle. Number 4, 8x over 4y. Now, that we wouldn't want to leave like that. Can we simplify it further? Well, we know that 8 and 4, so if you just ignore the xy, x over y for the moment, 8 divided by 4, 8 and 4 both have the factor of 4. So you can divide top and bottom by 4. So 8x divided by 4 is 2x. 4y divided by 4 is y. So it simplifies the fraction down. So all those rules that we learnt with simplifying fractions in the number section, we could use here as well. So what about this one? We've got 10y over 5xy. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. Okay, so we can simplify that. But also, both the numerator and denominator have a y as a factor. Now, because y is a factor of both the numerator and the denominator, we can divide top and bottom by y as well. So actually, this simplifies down to 2 over x. So I've done 2 steps in one there, right? Focus on the 10 over 5 first. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now focus on the algebra bit. Here we've got y over xy. Y can be divided through top and bottom, and so you get 1 over x. So you get 2 times 1 over x, which is the 2 over x. So it may require a little bit of thought again, just to work your way through that, because we're going at quite a pace here to kind of get up to this stage at this point in the playlist. Okay, but what I'm trying to do with these last questions is to really kind of like push the boundary to bring in a little bit of that number work from before, and to see how we can apply it in different scenarios.